Well, hello, FlossTube friends. Welcome back to my channel. I feel like it has been a really long time. I'm Rainy, by the way. I feel like it's been a really long time since I filmed, but I went back and watched FlossTube episode 20, so this is 21. See, I feel out of practice. And it was only a month. I filmed last on September 11th. So maybe it's just because I am apparently filming in the middle of the month now. That it feels like it's been like 2 months since I talked to you last. But anyway, it's only been a month. I feel like a lot has gone on, and I felt like I needed to come on and do a FlossTube update because I have lots and lots of finishes to talk to you about today. Not lots and lots, but I mean a good amount. So, let's just get right into it so that this update isn't, 2 hours long. There's really not that much life update. I don't think anyway. or we'll talk about it as they come up. But let's see. Okay, so let's start with my finished objects, fully finished objects. The first one, I don't actually have it anymore because it was a gift, and but I do have a picture, so I will pop it up here. I finished the squirrel mittens for my mom for her birthday, and I think they turned out really pretty well. I wasn't particularly happy with the the tips of like where it all came together, and if I did it again, I would do it a different way. I should have watched another knitting tutorial on just like how to do normal mittens and just done them that way, because I did the thumb in a different way, and that was a lot easier. So I should have just gone with that. But there was supposed to be like a nice edging of a contrast color on the tips of the hands, and that really didn't work out well. So, but again, it's for my mom, and she doesn't care. She likes them anyway. So there is that one. That is my latest knitting finish. I don't think that I have any other knitting finishes since the last time I talked to you. I did take notes on my phone while I was watching back my last FlossTube, and I am now filming on my phone, so that really worked out well. So this could just all go awry. But now I have three cross-stitch finishes. One is a fully finished object. So let's look. The fully finished object that I have is We 3 by Lindy Stitches. And I had finished this. I think I finished this in September. Yeah, I did. But I didn't work on it, or I didn't show it to you in my last FlossTube, I don't think. No, I didn't. I just watched it. I didn't see that. So, but I did finish it, I believe, at the end of September, or maybe the beginning of October. I don't know. But anyway, my idea was to find a fun frame for it, and an 8 by 10 was going to work for the size fabric that I used, which was, I believe, 16 count. I think this is a 16 count fabric, maybe an 18 count, by XJude Design. And so one night my mom and I went out to like all the stores in the rain. It was like pouring rain. It was right kind of in the midst of Hurricane Ian. And I mean, I live in Pennsylvania, so we weren't getting like hurricane, but we always get kind of like the remnants of a hurricane. So we were getting a lot of rain that night, and my mom decides it would be a great day for us to go out and look for frames for this piece. And I'm like, yeah, I don't want to do that. But she kind of like coerced me. And it was we went to like Michael's, we went to Walmart, Target, all these places. And where did I find this frame? Dollar Tree or Dollar General, one of those two. So I mean, obviously this frame was not $1, but so maybe it was Dollar General. But yeah, it fits perfectly. The only thing, it doesn't really fit perfectly. It does, but I actually just have this taped to the back right now because I laced it like using Lindy Stitch's tutorial. She says it's not a tutorial, but I used it as such for lacing your pieces. And I got all done with it, and I used just a full sheet of mat board that I had to lace this to. Tried to put it in the frame, and it's just a little bit too big, which I guess makes sense because I was using an 8x10 piece of mat board and then putting fabric over top of it. So it is a little bit too big. So I need to unlace the whole thing and shave off just a little bit of the mat board and then put it all back on. And I'm just kind of lazy, and I just don't want to do that right now. So it's just kind of taped, and I'm just leaning it up against my wall. So, oh well. But eventually when I get it fixed, it will have like the traditional black back with the stand on the back. So, but yeah, I'm really excited that I found this frame. So it's pretty much exactly what I wanted as far as like an ornate black frame to kind of mimic the scroll work on it. So, yay! I've never been a big Halloween person, but I super duper love this because it's just cute kitties, and it's a Shakespeare quote, and it's a play that I was in at one point. So I was one of the witches. So it was, I kind of felt like I had like a kinship to this, and I like kitties, so it worked out. The next finished object is very exciting for me. This was my oldest whip at the start of the new year. I had started this in 2021, May of 2021, and there was just parts of it that were just making me crazy. And it was taking me forever to finish, but finally, just the other day, I finished it. And that is Walk Fast, also by Lindy Stitches. And this is a Golden Girls quote by Rose Nyland. The famous Betty White played Rose Nyland, and it says, "You can lead a herring to water, but you better walk fast or he'll die." And that is just my kind of humor. But it is all done. I actually got that whole border finally done, and it all matched up. There are a couple of mistakes, but we just won't talk about that. That herring, good gracious, that took forever. The rest of it went really well, but the fish was just, whoo, that was a beast. And this coming from a girl who does full coverage pieces. So, but yeah, yay, I'm very, very excited about it. So now I just have to find a frame for it and hope that it actually fits in the frame that I pick. So, but I'm thinking Stephanie Webb in her product picture of this has a nice chunky pink frame with it. I might try to find something similar, or a teal, like that bright teal there. I might try to find something in that color palette. I don't know. We'll see. But yay, I'm so excited. And my last finished object, I just finished today. It is just a little thing, and I didn't even iron it, so please forgive me. But it is Mary Slothmas by, oh gosh, it just flew out of my head. Honey Modernist. I wanted to say a knitting company, a knitting designer that I know. And I'm like, nope, that's not the same thing. um, this is, if you know this pattern, Mary Slothmas, you will know that there is supposed to be the title, basically, Mary Slothmas underneath this. But I decided, because it had been languishing for so long, and it is done on 14 count Aida, so it's fairly big already. I think that I am just going to finish it as kind of a large ornament. Maybe try to find like a rectangular frame to put it in, and then tie some ribbon to the top to make it a frame, because I want to give it to a friend for Christmas. So I just figured, like, if I put the words down at the bottom, it just wouldn't be an ornament size anymore. Like, as is, this is kind of going to be a big-ish ornament. So I just decided to call it quits, and I kind of just did my own colors, because I don't know, when I started this, I didn't really want to go shopping for more thread, and I just had a bunch of DMC, and this is actually a ThreadWorks color that I got from a Bird Crush Club box that I hadn't used a lot of, so I used that for the leaves, and then just a bunch of other random colors, and I think it turned out really cute. So I hope my friend likes it. And look at his little face, so cute. So yeah, I'm gonna have to get on that, because Christmas is a coming. Okay, so now let's just run through my whips really quickly. I don't have a ton of them because I've kind of been trying to work through my pieces a little bit more systematically, and have like more focus projects, and not just haphazardly put a few stitches in to a piece here and there. So I don't have a ton of things that I've worked on since I last talked to you. But first of all, let's talk about my knitting whip. When I last talked to you, I told you that I was working on the blueberry buckle pullover for a friend's baby. And Amanda, if you're watching this, look away for about, let's say 5 minutes. Hopefully not that long, but 5 minutes. And I have gotten to the point of, oh gosh, what is happening? That I have both front and back seamed together. Of course, I think I made the arm, this part of it, a little too short, but I'm hoping I can block that to where it's not a big deal. And then I also have both sleeves. So this, and I still have to do a rolled collar on this, in this gray. So it's kind of far from being done, and I probably should work on this tonight, actually. But yeah, I'm kind of like annoyed with it, to be honest. I have learned from this that I don't like seamed garments. I think it's silly. I don't understand why it's a seamed garment. Why couldn't I have just knit that in the round and then attached sleeves to it? I don't understand. It's not easier this way. It is definitely not easier. And it was a free pattern from Knit Picks. So, and it would have been easier because of the stripes, which, I mean, it called for stripes. It's not like I just willy-nilly picked stripes. So this is the yarn that it called for. So I just don't really understand. But oh well, whatever. I can't change it now. But hopefully once I had to do the mattress stitch on this, which is like I think it's the first time I've done that, and it really is pretty slick. Kind of makes a big seam underneath, but whatever, it's a baby. he's not gonna care about that. Um, but yeah, I mean, I think it'll look nice when I'm done. I'm feeling like the sleeve length is a little short, but I knit it actually longer than it called for, so I don't know. But oh, the other thing was with this that it wanted me to do it in moss stitch, which would have given this a nicer, well, like a nice pattern to it, but I didn't like the way it was turning out with the increases, so I ripped it out and I just did straight stockinette, and I think it'll look fine. I think it looks fine. So, I mean, the rest of the thing is just stockinette stitch, so I don't see why that this couldn't have been. Oh, and that's the other thing. If I could have did this in the round, then I wouldn't have had to purl every other row, because I could have just been knit, knit, knit the whole way around, and then I would have had it done in probably less than a month. So, so this pattern, I mean, I'm glad that I didn't pay anything for it, but I will not be knitting it again, because man, it's a pain. Okay. Next whip. Oh, we'll go with this. There's not a lot to it, but this is my Mini Birds and Blooms by Heaven and Earth Designs, and this is as far as I've gotten. I'll put the picture up of where I was the last time I showed it to you, so you will see that there is not a whole lot of difference. But I am doing 2/1 tent stitch on 25 count Lugana, I believe. And I haven't worked on it in a while. I actually, like, when I pulled it out for this, I was like, oh, I really want to work on that some more. So I might actually put in a few stitches tonight on it. Oh, look, my needle's still there. So I'm ready to go. I might actually do that tonight because I am avoiding that sweater like the plague. So that might have to be a weekend finishing project. We'll see. But yeah, there's not much to say about this. It's gonna be pretty. I'm liking the tent stitch. My brain doesn't necessarily function with the tent stitch. It's a lot harder for me to wrap my mind around tent stitch than it is a full cross, but I'm liking the way it's looking, so I'm okay with it. So as long as I don't screw up the counting, then it'll be fine. So next, my focus piece this month for October has been Jane Eyre, A Portrait by Mrs. Pagodi Art. And this, I'm focusing on this one because it is in the BookTube community, Victober, which is a month-long reading event where we read primarily Victorian literature. And Jane Eyre is obviously a very famous Victorian fiction novel. So, fiction novel, I mean novel, that kind of implies it's fiction, but you know, whatever. So anyway, I actually started this piece on October 1st of 2021 and just haven't really made it that far with it. But this is where I am at present, and sorry, I did not iron today. I just wanted to, I had the energy to film, so I'm filming. But so this is where I am. I don't think that I took a picture of where I was before, but I this month I've finished the to the end of the piece, and I'm now working down into the next row. So I've gotten a fair amount done this month, but probably not as far as I would like to be on it. But this is also done on 14 count Aida, and that is because the companion piece to it that will be hanging side by side with it is my Alice in the Flamingo that I finished, I think. Did I just finish it this past January? Or maybe I don't remember. Yeah, I think I just finished it this past January or January of 2021. I don't really remember. But anyway, it was done on 14 count Aida because it was the piece that I started back into cross stitch with. So I didn't know any better. I didn't know there were other counts that I could have done. But even if I had known, I wanted it to fill a certain frame. So I probably still would have gone with 14 count Aida in that case. But I think it will look really nice. But I just need to work on it. I want to get to her face because then I feel like I will be more interested once I get to her face. I'm just not. I'm kind of getting bored with doing all the border stuff. So, which I'm sensing a theme. I get really tired with borders. Next whip, I also didn't iron, so I'm sorry. But this was just kind of a random whip. I was watching Laura from Stitching by the Shore, and she was doing a pumpkin birthday sal for her birthday this month. And she just wanted anybody to stitch anything with a pumpkin or pumpkin colored thread or whatever. So my original plan at the beginning of this year was to stitch a fall themed small every month of 2022. That did not happen. I think I now have two completed fall smalls, so that's kind of sad. But whenever Laura put out this call to do a birthday sal, I knew I had to at least start one. So I decided to start Gobble Gobble by Priscilla and Chelsea, the Real Housewives of Cross Stitch. And it has a pumpkin and a turkey. But I did it specifically for the pumpkin for this particular sal. And this is as far as I've gotten so far. Whoops. Blah. Guess I should. Here. We'll put it next to my shirt. No, because then it's too far away. There we go. So we have the beginnings of a turkey, and we are like almost done, half done with the pumpkin. So this one will probably not be a priority the rest of the month because I really do want to work on Jane for the rest of the month and try to make that my focus. But it's fun to participate in sals, and having it started means that I will get it done. Hopefully by next Thanksgiving or by next fall. I wanted to have like a Thanksgiving tree, like a Halloween Thanksgiving tree, and then just undecorate it and redecorate it for Christmas. Obviously, that didn't happen this year. So, because I only had 2 things that I would have been able to put on it. So, we'll wait and see if we can get any more done by next fall. So, my last whip is my exciting whip every month for me. I am doing Mini Winning Putt, and it is like my focus piece for the whole year. I originally, well, here, first of all, I will put up what it's going to look like in the end. And I was originally going to try to have this done by May 12th of 2023 for my dad's birthday, because this is going to be a gift for him. However, I have moved my due date to Christmas of 2023 because the difference in the amount of stitches that I would have to do per day was drastically different, especially when clearly in a year's time, there are going to be days when I am not going to be able to stitch on it, or I will not be able to get 200 plus stitches on a full coverage piece that has lots of confetti. So I decided that was kind of my first foray into Heaven and Earth Designs patterns. I think I did not know what I was getting into. So I just decided, you know what? You got to be a little bit kinder to yourself, and your dad's just going to have to be fine with waiting till Christmas. So, I mean, and who knows? If I get a lot of it done by, like April of next year, and I feel like I could just be a monogamous stitcher and power through till the end to get it done, maybe. but we're not gonna try for that necessarily. We're just gonna say we have till Christmas and be okay with that. So anyway, here is where I am. And again, I did not iron today, but here is where I am currently. We are almost at 30%. I think last time I checked, which maybe I am at 30% now, but the last time I checked, I was at 29.56%. So I will on top maybe put where I was the last time. And then at that point, I was at 25%. So I have almost done 5% of the pattern. So I have made it. This is as far as it's going to go. So I have made it clear across the pattern. And I've almost finished the sky, except I ran out of DMC 964. So I have to go to Michael's to get another skein. Unless I have it somewhere in another project. I might see if I can do that. So, but yeah, I think it's looking really nice. So, and luckily for me, this mountain and the sky is a lot of like just block colors. So if I can, just bust through some of that, then, maybe I will lessen my stitch count per day. I don't know. I thought that was going to work, and that's why I kind of went for the sky, but my stitches that I need to do every day hasn't really changed. So maybe by like 1 stitch a day, which, over the span of a year is probably pretty significant, but yeah, so that is all of my whips currently. Let's see, I just have a little bit of haul to share with you. I don't think it will take too terribly long. Let me talk about plans for 1 sec. I only have one plan currently, and that is to start. I forget what it's actually called, but I will pop a picture of it up here because I only have the chart. Maybe. No, I don't know. I don't know what it's called. But I'm going to be doing this for a friend for a Christmas gift. I'm going to be making an ornament out of it. So I got, it's part of my haul. I just got some, what is this? What did I end up getting? Is this 20 count? I think this is 20 count. Yeah. Is Weigart Ada from 123 Stitch. And I am just going to, I think, do the camper and the stuff around it. But I think I'm going to leave out the words. Not because I don't like the words. And actually, that's kind of originally what kind of attracted it to me. Also, what attracted me to it was the string of lights on the camper. Because this is going to be a Christmas ornament. But my friend kind of requested something that they could put in their camper. I'm not sure that they would have a Christmas ornament in their camper because I don't think that they camp in the winter time. But, at least it'll be a reminder of camping for them. And I'm leaving off the words because the thing that I made for my other friend is small-ish. And I didn't want them to be like drastically different sizes, you know what I mean? So, and plus, I don't have that much time to stitch. I have realized that I will not be stitching gifts anymore after this. I will knit people things because knitting goes a lot faster, but stitching gifts is a lot. And unless I have a lot of advanced notice, I don't think that I can do this anymore. Oh, and sorry, I just cracked my knuckles and I wasn't even thinking about it. I'm sorry if that made anybody cringe. Okay. So that is my plan for the foreseeable future. Hopefully by the next time I film a FlossTube, that will be done. That would be nice. Because then that should be like well, at this rate, the middle of November. So yeah, I don't know. Hopefully. By now, probably everybody has seen this, but I got my October Bird Crush Club. So if you haven't seen this, look away. But we got the long-eared owl for the Bird Crush Club. He is so cute. Look at him. Look at him. So cute and cuddly. Maybe not cuddly, but yeah, I'm really excited about him. That's another thing. That is going to be my 2023 plan too, I think, is to bust out more of these Bird Crush clubs, because my original plan was to keep up with them, and I'm only on April's bird, and I haven't even finished that. So, yeah, I really have too many things. And the last thing that I will show you that I bought recently is for my knitting projects, and I bought this yarn from Desert Vista Dye Works. This is my first skein of Desert Vista Dye Works. My friend Sarah from the Bookish Knitter told me about them originally, and they had a, this is a Cheers colorway. It is Where Everybody Knows Your Name, I think is what it, yeah, no, Know Your Name is what it's called, and it is self-striping. And funny story about me is that my mom used to watch Cheers at night, and I was the type of child who did not want to be in her room by herself. So I would fall asleep on the couch while she was watching TV, and inevitably Cheers and the theme song, Everybody Knows Your Name, Where Everybody Knows Your Name, would come on every night while I was trying to fall asleep. So that song is just very comforting to me every time I hear it. It's like ASMR for me. Every time it comes on, I'm just like, oh. It doesn't like put me to sleep, like it doesn't do that to me, but it's just like so lovely and soothing, and I love it. And probably it's why I like to go to breweries now. No, that's not why, but it does. I did like I used to have a brewery that I went to where I was friends with the owners, and I had a lot of friends that went there, and unfortunately they had a fire next door, and they had to shut down. Basically, they were never able to find another place to go because of just the world right now. Yeah, it was just too difficult to find a reasonably priced place to go, and so they never opened back up, which was sad because we were able to sustain them through COVID and lockdown and all that stuff, and then the fire is what took them out, so that's real sad. But so anyway, that was like my Cheers bar is what I was trying to say. And when I saw this colorway on Instagram, I was like, I need this. So Sarah and I are going to knit some socks with Desert Vista Dye Works yarn. I think we decided to start in November. I forget, but I'll have to run that by her. I can't remember, but I'm excited about this. Okay, well, I bought some other things, but they are really not floss yarn related. They're more like planner related stuff, some book stuff. So I might do that on a different video in one of my book videos maybe. But I thought I would come on and film a FlossTube because I hadn't in a while, or well, what I thought was a while. So I hope that you enjoyed looking at all my whips, and now I have to go put everything away and work on something. I don't know. I was talking to, well, first of all, I was watching Sarah, the Stitching Mommy, and she was talking about her plans for 2023 and was kind of talking about how she was going to maybe choose something with like the least amount of stitches left to go and try to finish that first, and then go to the next thing and the next thing, because she decided she has like 90 some whips, but she was like, I want to finish some things, which I would too. Like that amount of whips, like more power to her, but that would like give me extreme anxiety. But so she was gonna do that, and I was like, yeah, you know what? I should really go the Dave Ramsey snowball method of getting my cross stitch under control. Because for me, I only have 8 whips currently, but that is even stressing me out. Um, so yeah, I'm thinking like now that I finished Slothmas and Walk Fast, I think I am going to go to one of my smaller whips and um, and kind of try to bust that out in the next little while. And I know I have to start the camper thing for my friend, but I'm not really going to count that in this. I'm just going to try to like bust out some of my smaller whips so that I can start working on all my full coverages and get more of those out there. I really want to work on mini birds and blooms tonight, but then just as I'm talking, thinking about all this, I'm like, no, you can't do that. You have to let that go for a while until you get some other things done. Maybe just like 100 stitches. They're only half stitches, so that's not that many. I can do that, right? Yeah, let's just maybe. All right, I'm gonna go and sort out my life, and I have allergies, so I'm going to probably go blow my nose and get some tea. And I will talk to you in my next video. All right, friends, bye.